What is up, dudes and dudettes? Maple Dude here. Just checking in for a summer video. It's the middle of summer, middle of July, and not a lot goes on in the maple world during this time, except for like bottling syrup, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So I just wanted to give a little maple video update. I haven't done a maple video in a while because there isn't a lot going on. What's funny is a lot of times you come in and people will come in the store here and they'll be like, "You got all your syrup bottled up yet?" Or if we're bottling syrup, they'll be like, "You're bottling syrup?" I'm like, "Yeah, we do that year round." Most people, it's a testament to the size of operations for most people, and most people in Wisconsin, very small, very hobbyist. They kind of bottle up their syrup right when the season's over and that's done, and they don't think about it again. And that's why views on YouTube don't translate to very much for a maple specific channel, because people aren't really watching that content 10 months out of the year. It kind of only hits for 2 months and that's it. So I don't know, I want to make more YouTube videos, but I've been like struggling where to put my efforts. We do some ATV stuff in the summer and considering maybe making a separate channel for that, because I think it gets a little lost on this channel and could be a much bigger channel if it were its own thing. So how's your summer going, everybody? I hope you're enjoying it. I have enjoyed it so far. It's been a pretty nice warm summer here in Wisconsin. We got up north, got up to the Conover area. I've done some traveling in the spring. Definitely taken a little bit more time this summer to do more things like that than I have in the past. With my kids getting older, they don't need me around as much, and it's a bit easier to do that. And then they've come with me on some of these trips too, but when I don't have them on whatever particular weekend that might be, I've gotten her out and done some things that haven't done a lot in the last few years, and I'd like to do more traveling, more sightseeing, more national parks, stuff like that, and also concerts and whatnot. So how's your summer going? Here, as far as an update, I will say I have never resolved that issue. If you watch that video about the season roundup or wrap up and the leaking tees at the installation that we did for last season, the tubing install, turned out almost a huge percentage of the tees for the drop lines were leaking. And that issue has still not been resolved by the company that manufactured them. I know they have had other people have the same problem. They still haven't addressed it. And you know, I don't want to be one to badmouth the company, this, that, or the other thing, but I will say the maple world gets away with a lot of stuff that other industries never would. And that's due to the fact that the maple industry is extremely small. It's minute. It's microscopic compared to others. And these are small companies, and they just couldn't get away with that level of customer service if it was, you know, like something competitive, like the electronics world, like, you know, phones or mass-produced consumer goods. There's a lot of competition there. But, and everybody knows everybody in the maple world, so everybody tries to play nicey nice and, you know, act like, oh, they're the greatest thing and this, that, and the other thing. Well, in some instances, customer service isn't good, and they haven't stood behind their products. So I'm still waiting to find a final result on that. I mean, I think I could tell you and show you what I figure I lost on those tubing, those tees alone as a result of them being defective. Other than that, the bottling machine back here, I've almost had that in service coming up on a year. It's been okay. The workmanship on it isn't quite what I probably hoped it would be. You know, we had to do some modifications here with local welders and stuff to kind of reinforce it so it would work a bit better. So for the money I paid for it, you know, I would have expected those things to be done too. And, you know, the company didn't stand behind that at all either. They didn't pay for the repairs. I had to put the bill on those. See, like right here, guys, this leg in the middle, we had to get that welded in because the platform here bent when those filler heads came down. And then I'm pointing to those heads right there where the touches the top of the bottles. Those didn't seal, and we had a lot of leaking. This air pump in there does make a bit of noise. It's kind of noisy when you're using it and operating it, and I never really got an answer as to why that is, but it does. There's other things. Some other things came up later with this that I wasn't even able to address in this video. Maybe I'll bring them up at another time. All right, guys, if we're being honest, we got to be honest with ourselves. We have to admit this. Every person on every step of the way, every person, every company, whatever it might be that supplies you with supplies or services or materials or labels or bottles or equipment or whatever, they aren't afraid to raise their prices on what it takes to get from the tree to this, okay? But yet maple syrup producers just eat the cost and in some cases lower their prices. Sounds like a great business plan, right? Why are we doing that? Some would say it's supply and demand, and well, that might be right. There is a lot of maple syrup out there. There's always more being made, and the equipment companies and all that, they're always busy. So we're kind of fueling the problem by oversupplying the market and then not really creating a good demand for the product. The maple industry has never focused on marketing at all. It's always been on production and increasing production and efficiency increases and stuff like that. They've never focused, and even when you go to these maple open houses and stuff like that, to this day, there's very little focus on that. It's still all about production, 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 production. And that's got us where we are, where everybody raises their prices on us, the producer, to make the product, but we don't raise our prices to compensate for that extra cost to us. I don't know what else is going on. Let me tell you. So I bought these. I bought a box of these guys. Improved packaging for the suckers and the candy. Okay? And I've got an entire box of them right there. The maple dude will be the maple great-great-grandpa before we get through that box. I'm not kidding you. I had to buy like, I think it was 5,000 or 6,000 of these to even get a remotely good price, and it wasn't a good price. Previously, how we did it was packaging like this. We just bought these little clear plastic bags and put a adhesive label on there. Probably had about 15 cents into that at the most, maybe 12 to 15 cents. And now with these guys, I mean, they're nice. You put it in the bottom there, and then you heat seal the bottom. But I mean, this is like all told, shipping and everything, 41 cents per one of these. That's crazy. I don't know. We got to start selling more of these things. We got to move these out. Am I going to get 25 cents more per package of candy or sucker because I'm using this pouch? Comments below. Let me know if you'd pay 25 cents more per candy or sucker because it's in a fancy pouch. Speaking of cost of stuff, in my opinion, this is the Maple Dude's opinion. It's the correct opinion, but it is my opinion. Maple syrup producers will take it in the rear every step of the way to make that maple syrup or to make their products. But then when they have to charge for it, they basically want to give it away. Guys, you got to start charging more for these products with all the input costs you have. Going lowball and being raced to the bottom and trying to be the cheapest one out there, if you want to do that, you can do that. That's not how I like to do things. I work hard and I want to get paid for my labor. So trying to undercut and everything like that, that isn't helping the maple world, and we need to stop doing it. All right, guys, I'm just going to finish up some more emails here and paying some more bills before I get out of the world headquarters. I hope you like this little update. If you do, please like and subscribe. Have a great rest of your summer. It's flying by. It'll be over before we know it. And remember, always keep it real.